Hey, welcome to Just a Point of View, a podcast / video cast as I chase happiness fiercely. And guess what? I can't believe it. I knew this day would come, but I didn't believe it would get here this fast. It was like I was doing the time warp again, as I have made it through the 52 Lists for Happiness by Moorea Seal. Today is a milestone moment as we have made it to list 52. I can't believe it. And I am so thrilled to know that I have created these 52 lists for happiness and shared them with you. And hopefully I have brought some joy into your life as a result of it. So let's get on with it, kids. We are celebrating list 52. We have made it through 52 weeks, i.e. 12 months of happiness, creating one list a week. And this week is no exception. So here is the list. You ready? I am reading it from the 52 Lists for Happiness. It's a journal by Moorea Seal. The link to purchase the actual journal is in the show notes, or hey, just grab a piece of paper and a pen and write it out. So here is list 52, and you can create your own list. So here goes. It's all about you. List the happiest moments of your year. And technically we're in 2025 and we're not on a calendar year for this wrap up, just because I didn't start the journal right, January 1 of 2024. So I'm not ending in or should I say in December of 2024. We are now in April of 2025, technically on the calendar year. So I've had to think about, happiness moments and what they were and how I created them or how I acknowledged those happiness moments. So let's just say that sometimes serendipity brings things to you, and other times you have to cultivate them like plants in a garden to bring happiness to you. And happiness is a choice. And I have realized that it is a choice, although not always easy to choose happiness when you're facing a lot of stress or you're trying to get a lot of things done and things aren't working out. I won't bore you with some of the things that have happened today, but I'm just letting you know that I chose to be happy. And I have an aunt that told me, you will be happy. You will have a good time. And we did, ultimately, in the end, as my cousins and I and my aunt and uncle spent time together on a family trip. And just saying. Anyway, happiness is a choice. And I choose happiness every time, and I will chase happiness fiercely, always, even in the most difficult moments. So let's explore what your potential list of happiness moments were for your year. So grab your pen or pencil and a piece of paper and write out your list. Put a pause on the video. You can do that. And think about the happiest moments of your year. I didn't write this in my journal, but I will share with you that and it was more than one happy moment, just saying. But one of the happiest experiences that I had in 2024, which was encapsulated as a part of my 52 List for Happiness, was the fact that I was able to go to South America again. And I tell you, I loved going to Europe, but there's just something about South America, being around the equator, being around warm weather, hearing Spanish spoken around you on the regular, and realizing that you're the alien in this country, instead of others being the alien in mine. And it was just a magical time as Judy Herman offered the opportunity for myself and others to go to Ecuador for her first international retreat. It was the most wonderful experience. I actually felt my body unwind while I was there. I intentionally decided that I wasn't going to add long distance international calling on my phone, so no one could reach me unless it was a life or death emergency. And they had to realize that it would be at least a 24-hour flight for me to come back to the States if I had to leave early. And I had a chance to read and not worry about the phone ringing, and not worrying about what needed to be done, and not worry about who was or wasn't being taken care of, because I couldn't do anything about it. Someone else would have to handle it. What a concept for someone else to have to handle something. For me, the type A girl that I am, as I'm chasing happiness fiercely, and realizing that I have set the bar for myself to reach goals and heights of joy in my life. It takes some diligent work and dedication to be able to do that, to focus on the recognition that joy is both planned. I planned the trip to go, planned funding to go. I planned to disconnect while I was gone. And it gave me a whole sense of liberation. It gave me time to unpack what rolls around in my head all day long about all the things that I'm trying to solve and create and connect and all of those things. Just saying, it's a lot to own your own business and take care of your husband, and not that he's not self-sufficient. It's just, it's another person that takes a bandwidth in your head during the day. You're like, what's for dinner? Starting at breakfast. Crap, I don't know. Feed yourself. Don't care. I'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it when I wake up in the morning, what I'm going to have for dinner at breakfast. Just saying, there's food in the fridge. There's stuff in the pantry. We'll figure it out. So anyway, that is kind of like what my day is like usually. And I have to slow my roll. Take a deep breath. And enjoy the silence for a moment and go, you don't have to fight every fire. Sometimes people have to figure things out on their own. And I have had the opportunity to onboard a new person here at the concierge office suites. And I had the opportunity to review everything that I had put in place before and what needed to be updated since the last time I had done a review of that information, and realized that I had a great plan. It just needed to be updated. And sometimes you just have to do that. You just need a little update. And it can make all the difference in the world. Just saying, it can make all the difference in the world. And a strategic plan of how you want to move forward is always good, but sometimes there will be a market opportunity for you to hire someone else as someone else leaves and create new momentum around those skill sets for the position that you've held here, because you want people to use the position that you open up in your company to be a stepping stone. I never want, even my own job, I don't want it to be a static thing. I want to always be growing. I'm looking at all the great, amazing AI tools that are coming out now that I am incorporating as a part of my process for my podcast, and I'm sharing it with other podcasters as we meet monthly to discuss how we're moving our content forward, moving our marketing forward for our podcasts. And it's amazing to me how people are implementing all these tools. And you have to ask yourself, what tools are you implementing in your life to bring yourself more happiness? You've got to ask that question. If you're sitting here stagnant and you haven't, what tools am I bringing to this game plan to make it a better game, to be a bigger winner? Man, you need to step back and evaluate where you're going to be in the next 12 months. Since I'm wrapping up the 52 list for happiness, I want to make sure that I'm getting a return on my investment for my own personal happiness, for bringing joy to the clients that do business with myself and my team here at the Concierge Office Suites, because I want our clients to be happy and productive, to be in their groove for growth, for turning out more services, for serving more people. You want to make that scalable. How can you do that? Well, you want to get to know people that are scaling and ask them, hey, how are you doing it? How are you bringing more happiness into your life? Well, for me, it was a simple, practical step of the 52 list for happiness and making a concerted effort to focus on chasing happiness fiercely, and recognizing too that not only was I chasing it, but I wanted to cultivate it. I wanted to create it. And what things were making me happy? What things were bringing momentum and moving me forward? Those were the questions, and still are the questions, that I'm asking as I am building out season 2. How about that? Wrapping up season 1 for the 52 list for happiness. And boy, howdy, I'm going headstrong into season 2. And I want to invite you along for this adventure. I want to look at what started as 52 weekly list has evolved into something much bigger. Just like how the Concierge Office Suites grew from a simple office space concept with concierge in the name to an executive suite building in business concierge services as a part of our brand, where you're not having to do things alone, that it's a just-in-time experience with flexible options. You're not making a commitment other than the commitment to pay your bill. And we're bringing the full-on game where you can be freed from not having to manage your office space, because we are all we're going to have. And if something isn't working right, we're going to fix it. Just saying, we're going to fix it. And that's what has been the whole catalyst for the Concierge Office Suites. And looking at next chapters, I want to expand into creating a community of podcasters or business leaders that want to be recognized by using the tool of podcasting. I want to fan that flame and have you come along for the ride. I want to share what I have learned over the past year, the tools that I'm incorporating, and maybe help you step up your game and build momentum. It's about persistence and being consistent, knowing that you have integrity and that what that means is what you say you're going to do, you do. How about that? What a concept. I tell you, there's a lot to be learned for business and being in business, being both an employee and a business owner, about the integrity of your word. Now, notice there was a pregnant pause at the end of that. That was very intentional. I'll just share with you, there was a young woman that was made the valedictorian of her class. She had all kinds of accolades. She was a hard worker. She'd stepped into management and recognized she was in her early 20s. And I interviewed her and I acknowledged, that she had done these things and had been in the workforce for a while. And I said, well, here's what business concierge position is that I'm offering you. And this is the rate that I'm able to offer you. Does that sound like it would work? I said, I'm bringing to the table some things that money can't buy and doesn't buy. And these are those things that I'm bringing to the table as your next employer. Are you willing to commit to this? Oh, yes, Miss Reed, this is a wonderful opportunity. Shook my hand, looked me in the face, and gave her a tour and all of that. And I thought, wow, this is going to be wonderful for her and for me. I'm going to give her the opportunity to go back to school and offer a flexible schedule so she can do that. And this is going to be a perfect fit. And I'll be getting, back with her after she lets everybody know in her sphere of influence what's going on and how she's wanting to move forward. And so I sent her a acknowledgement letter, here's your offer and glad we're moving forward. And she never got back to me. I never got a start date. I never got a start scheduled. She didn't say, kiss my butt, Miss Reed. She didn't say, hey, I got a better offer where I'm working or crap. And I'm going, really, people? This is a professional way to turn down an offer after I've been calling you and you're sending me directly to voicemail, not even taking my call to have a conversation? Really? Hey, let's be grown-ups here, okay? If you're going to turn down an offer, look me in the face and say, I'm not sure this is going to work. Can I get back to you? I'll let you know by da-da-da-da-da-da. I can live with that, but don't ghost me and have me wait around here thinking that you're going to onboard and you're not. Just saying, I got a lot done though. I got a ton done because it was just me and just my clients. And I was able to focus on where I have been headed and where I'm going by, Georgie. This girl isn't staying here. I'm not staying in the place that I was in 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago now. Just saying. This train is moving on and here we go. So watch out, world. Because I plan on bringing a Watch Out World community together. And I hope that you'll come along for the ride and chase happiness fiercely as you consider podcasting and building a podcast of your own. This has been a total DIY experience. It's been the least amount of hassle for a marketing tool, and I want to share what I've done and how I plan to build this little tool here. And I hope that you will come along with me. And the thing that I love about Moorea Seal is she always wraps up every list with a take action plan. And so, in a nutshell, I'm going to read you what she wrote in the conclusion of the 52 List for Happiness. But the bottom line is how are you going to cultivate more happiness? And that's the question I'm asking you today, is how are you going to cultivate more happiness in your life? And Moorea Seal, I'll read you word for word out of her journal what her take action step is. She said, "You did it. I did. 52 weeks worth of your truest joy has been discovered, established, harnessed, and cultivated. How many of your happiest moments of this year or 12 months were things you created on your own? And how many were spontaneous and unexpected? As you look forward into the years ahead, think of this book as your happiness resource, and I am. And trust that your life will always hold happiness for you because of two important things: your powerful efforts in the pursuit of happiness and the unpredictable beauty of the world that surrounds you. As hard as life may be at times, there will always be something to spark joy if you seek it. Keep engaging in your own happiness pursuits and embrace the unknown as happiness waits for you around every single." Thank you, Moorea Seal, for taking time to write the 52 Lists for Happiness and sharing it with the world and making it this beautiful journal that I have in my hands and that I have been able to share with you, my listeners / watchers, friends, co-conspirators in happiness. Thank you for sharing my season 1. And I can't wait until I launch season 2. I am really rolling around some interesting things with all of the books that I have read over the last decade, if not longer. And I hope that some of this will rub off on you as you consider how you want to move forward and creating your 52 Lists for Happiness. They don't have to be Moorea Seals. Write your own. Make them up. Bring joy into your life. Buy the bucket loads. Buy the trailer loads. Buy, I don't know, steamships across the ocean loads. Chase happiness fiercely and bring it into your life, because I sure am, and I hope that you'll come along for the ride. Have a good evening or good morning. Bye.